All right, into the fun stuff. Now, things that I put together a list of things that I could think of off the top of my head relating to health and fitness that I have bought and wasn't really worth my money, or I found better options. Or I guess I could tell you like what I think the better options are too, but I thought it would be cool for me to put this together because I don't want you guys wasting your dollars, and I know that there's a lot of different products and things like that floating around the internet, and sometimes it could be a little overwhelming and you don't know where to go or who to believe. So I thought that I would put together a very unbiased opinion of things that I bought that I wish I didn't. So I wrote it down on my little note card. First thing on my list, the Gymshark Vital Seamless leggings. And it's funny because this is on my list, yet I bought not one but two pairs. Or I think the second pair was like gifted to me. The Vital Seamless bra, I like. It's pretty basic. It's just a racer back, it's got padding. It goes with a lot of different things. But the Vital Seamless leggings, I talked about this like before Christmas when I went over the gym clothes that I own. Just not really flattering. It's just, it gives you the unibutt. I found that a lot of these leggings, if they don't have a scrunch, it'll just look like a unibutt. Um, they also, they do stretch out in the wash, even though I don't ever put my stuff in the dryer because that'll help lose its elasticity. I just find that they've gotten looser over time. Um, and they're just, I don't know. I feel like there's more comfortable pairs out there. For me, I just found like it wasn't a very flattering legging. And there's definitely more like other leggings for similar price that you could get that are better than the Vital Seamless. So I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't go for it. Second, protein powder from PE Science, not good. Not good. So I've definitely tried the Snickerdoodle one, and I've tried the strawberry cheesecake. I can't remember off the top of my head what other ones I've tried. It's just, I always, like when I started going to the gym, there wasn't that many supplement brands like floating around. And PE Science was one that I saw a lot of people were using. I saw like KK Fit used to use them. I don't know if they still do. And Jill, what's her name? Oh my gosh, I follow Jill Christine Fit. That's her Instagram name. She was also using PE Science. So I was like, oh, all these really jacked girls are using PE Science. I should use PE Science. Straight up, doesn't taste awesome. It's very chalky. It's very chalky and it tastes like, okay, like I could tell that I'm putting protein powder in here and it's not very true to taste or true to the flavor. Like strawberry cheesecake I have doesn't taste remotely like strawberry cheesecake. So I was using PE Science when One Up reached out to me. Like, oh, you want to sample our stuff and then maybe we'll work with you. And this was a few years ago. I was like, yeah, sure. Little backstory, I had bought the Snickerdoodle PE Science because one of my friend's moms was like, oh, I've tried it and it's really good in milk. It tastes like you're drinking the bottom of a Cinnamon Toast Crunch bowl of cereal. So I was like, oh, cool. Got the thing, went home, put it in milk. One, clumpy. No matter how many times I shook it, it was clumpy and I don't like that. Two, it just didn't taste like that. Like straight up didn't taste how I was expecting it to taste. So One Up reached out to me and I was like, okay, yeah, sure. I'll try your stuff. So I think the first two I got was I got cinnamon French toast and I got blueberry muffin. So I had put them in my oats because that was something I was doing. And I was like, oh, these are pretty good in oats. They dissolve like very nicely. Like they're not as powdery as the PE Science. So I was like, all right, let me try putting it in milk. And if it's chalky, because I've also tried Ghost in milk, and again, chalky, gross. So I was like, if I don't like it, I could just throw it out. It's fine. Put in a scoop of the blueberry muffin with just, it was like 6 ounces, 8 ounces of almond milk. So smooth. Smoothest protein of my life. And phenomenal taste. I've had like, my friends have tried, I've tried like every flavor now. And I always tell my friends, like, no, seriously, like try One Up protein. And they're like, I don't know. And I'm like, I know that I get commission off of this, but I'm not like, using my code will give you a discount. So it's up to you if you want to use it. I don't care if you do or don't. It's just stop wasting your money on other protein when this protein is the best. So I've had a few friends try it and they're like, holy shit, this shit is so good. And I'm like, I know. I told you. I have got people hooked on this shit. And it's like, the second that I tasted it, I was like, why the hell did I spend my money on PE Science? Same with what's next on my list. Optimum Nutrition. Oh my God. Okay. Optimum Nutrition, the gold standard. That's the protein that like my parents used to get it for like my brother. Like it was before that I even got into lifting. And it was like on sale at Costco. Really good price, I will say. Probably like one of the best deals you can get out there for protein powder. But holy crap, it tastes so goddamn bad. So bad. Like it just put in my head like protein powder can't taste good if this is what protein powder is. And it turns out no, protein powder can taste good. It's simply just Optimum Nutrition that tastes like butt. It tastes like what I would imagine butt to taste like. That's the only way I can describe it. Just not good. It's just, in this day and age, the ingredients are good. I will say they have very good ingredients, but you can get other protein powders with good ingredients that just don't taste like that. Ugh, gross. So yeah, that's my protein powder rant. Honestly, I wouldn't even spend my money on Ghost while we're at it too. Ghost, you know what I would? I would spend my money on the Ghost fruity cereal milk. That one is good in smoothies and stuff, but it clumps. And the other ones, like the cereal milk, doesn't really taste like anything. So I would go, and the Chips Ahoy was eh. So if you're going to get Ghost, I would get the fruity cereal milk. That's the only one that I would go for. That one's good. That one tastes like Fruit Loops, I will say. Okay, next. Ooh, You Can Beam pre-workout. They're a big brand around here, and they make good protein powder too, I will say. I'm caffeine sensitive. You guys know this. I don't take stimulant pre-workout anymore because of my anxiety. But back when I was taking stimulant pre-workout, I tried my friend's, and she had You Can Beam. I actually blacked out in the gym from the caffeine. Like, I'm not joking. Like, I was trying to do my warm-up weight on the bench, and I just, like, my muscles, like, weren't moving. Like, I couldn't push the bar up because I just, like, I felt like I was out of my body. And, like, even my friend was like, dude, like, what was that? Like, that is your warm-up. And I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I was seeing stars. My vision was going in and out. Like, I was seeing, like, black spots. Personally, just wouldn't, I wouldn't go for it. Next on the list, the Amazon barbell pads. I used to have one, and I see a lot of people have them, and they're cheap. They're very cheap on Amazon. But first of all, they're like foam, so they can rip pretty easily. Two, they're cheap because they're made cheap, and they can't hold a lot of weight. I use the Upper Gear barbell pads, and I will never go back. I will never go back. I just said in my highlights that I was hip thrusting 335 this week. No pain on my hip flexors at all. Whereas with the cheap ones from Amazon, when I used to have that, it was like, okay, I know I could go heavier weight-wise. Like my hips can and my glutes can handle it, but simply my hip bones can't. Like, it was too painful. The Upper Gear ones are protected, so they're in like a fake leather shell, so they won't rip on you, and they're so much thicker. Like, I've had people try mine. Like, I'll see people with the cheap one at the gym, and I'm like, hey, like, I'm done using this for my workout. Like, you could borrow it. And people will give it back to me and be like, damn, there's a difference. And I'm like, I know. So yes, it might be like a little bit more expensive at first. They're still not like crazy expensive, but it's an investment because it'll last you. Like these things really do hold up, and it's just going to help you like maximize your potential. Truly, I think it's very worth it, and you should not waste your money on the Amazon ones because odds are it's going to rip on you. 2 more. Okay, this one's not very specific, but any bra, like any sports bra that has a white lining on the inside, like not the outside, but the inside, don't do it. Don't do it. First of all, y'all know I self-tan in the winter. Not good for self-tan. But also, I've noticed in the summer too, I have a few that are like white lined on the inside. Even my regular tan will kind of sweat off a little bit and just like if there's any dirt on your body, like listen, like not to sound gross or anything, but sometimes like our bodies get dirty, you know? It's like I go through the day and say like my chest is like somewhat exposed. It collects little dust particles. This is why we shower. Okay, this is nothing new. But when you sweat, it stains the bra, especially with self-tanner. So I've had that problem, but I've had some bras. So off the top of my head, I can only think of one. The Lululemon Free to Be Wild bra is the white one is white on the outside, but the inside is like a nude tan, like sandy color, like a taupe, if that's how you say it. So there's no stainage, no marks, and nothing comes through to the outside, so you can't see it. Otherwise, with the white line ones, like you can kind of see it from the outside, and you're just like, it's stained and it's ruined. So if you find a white bra that's really cute, definitely take a look to see what the inside looks like before you buy it, because if it's white on the inside, it will get dirty and messed up, unfortunately. And then the last 2 things on my list have to do with protein bars. 2 protein bars that I have eaten and spent money on, and I'm like, why? Why? The first one is Quest bars, and my question for myself is why did I tell myself that they were good for so long? This goes back to the protein powder thing where it was like it was all I knew, and Optimum Nutrition was all I knew. So I was like, oh, these are what protein bars taste like. No. There are so many better options out there, and Quest bars are like not cheap either. And I think that it's time that we all sit ourselves down and come to terms and admit that Quest bars are not good. They just don't taste good, but we tell ourselves that they do, and they don't. So there are many other options. Misfits, great. One bars, great. One of Nutrition actually has phenomenal ones. I beg you, try those instead of Quest. Another one I wouldn't try, Alani Nutrition. I tried it yesterday, and it tasted like I was eating something, like it tasted like I was eating a protein bar. When I eat my Misfits bars and stuff, it just tastes like good. Like it just tastes like a bar. You know, it's got little jam on the inside, little chocolate on the outside. This one left me with a funky aftertaste that I was like, ew, like this wasn't even good going down. Like, why did I buy this for $2? So they'll get you. They'll get you with the packaging. The packaging looks super cute, and the name of the flavor sounds really good, but it's not worth it. Bad aftertaste, dries your mouth out. Wouldn't do it. Hopefully, you guys found this useful. I thought that it would be a good idea for me to share so you guys don't spend your precious beans on products that are just not worth it. No offense.